Welcome to Streaming News Network, where we deliver balanced reporting with the facts that matter. This edition is hosted by J. Claude McDaniel. Please like and subscribe.
This is J. Claude McDaniel and this is Streaming News Network. We begin with our first report. Online streamer Clavicular is making headlines after publicly reacting to news that Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and her longtime fiancé, Riley Roberts, have ended their engagement. The influencer responded to the breakup with a brief message on social media, writing, "I can fix her," while also making similar remarks during a live broadcast, where he suggested he would marry the New York congresswoman and criticized her former fiancé. The comments come after Clavicular and Ocasio-Cortez previously crossed paths during a public discussion surrounding the online looksmaxing movement, a trend focused on improving appearance and confidence. Ocasio-Cortez said she was less concerned with criticizing individuals and more focused on how messages about appearance could affect young men and their self-image. Clavicular later defended the movement, saying it was about personal improvement and becoming more well-rounded rather than focusing only on physical appearance. Whether the online exchange develops into anything more remains uncertain, but Clavicular's comments have certainly sparked widespread conversation. This is Streaming News Network. A former North Carolina correctional officer is back in custody in Florida after authorities say a domestic dispute escalated into a baseball bat attack, a vehicle pursuit, and a head-on collision with a sheriff's deputy. Deputies responded Tuesday morning to a home in Haines City, Florida, where 32-year-old Jasmine Janae Coiler was accused of repeatedly striking a man with her fists and then attacking him with an aluminum baseball bat. Investigators say she also damaged a television before fleeing the residence. A deputy later located Coiler and attempted a traffic stop. Authorities say she refused to get out of her vehicle and sped away toward Haines City High School, prompting increased security at the campus. Deputies say Coiler eventually drove onto a dirt road, made a sudden U-turn, and crashed head-on into a patrol vehicle. She allegedly resisted arrest and told the deputy he would have to kill her before being taken into custody. Coiler is a former sergeant at the Charlotte Correctional Institution and previously served probation after a conviction involving cell phones smuggled into the prison. She now faces multiple felony and misdemeanor charges, including aggravated battery, aggravated assault, fleeing to elude, resisting with violence, reckless driving, and drug-related offenses. This is Streaming News Network. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt is leaving the Trump administration at the end of August, ending her tenure as the youngest person ever to hold the position. Leavitt, 28, said Wednesday that the decision was bittersweet and explained that after returning to the White House following the birth of her second child, she concluded she could not give both her young family and the demanding press secretary position the attention she believed they required. Leavitt and her husband have 2 children. Their daughter, Viviana, was born in May, and their son, Nico, is 2 years old. President Donald Trump said he understands and respects her decision. He also indicated that Leavitt will remain connected to his political operation as an outside advisor and an influential voice within the Republican Party. Trump has not announced who will succeed her as White House press secretary. Leavitt previously worked in the White House during Trump's first term, later served as communications director for Representative Elise Stefanik, and was a spokesperson for Trump's campaign and supporting political organization. Her departure comes as the administration approaches the November midterm elections. This is Streaming News Network. Catherine Bach is remembering her longtime Dukes of Hazzard co-star Ben Jones following his death at the age of 84. Jones, best known for playing beloved mechanic Cooter Davenport on the classic television series, reportedly died Sunday after suffering a massive heart attack. Bach, who portrayed Daisy Duke, shared an emotional tribute, remembering Jones as one of the greatest people she had ever known. She thanked him for being an example of goodness, fairness, and fun, and described him as a rock in her life who provided support for her and her family. Jones and Bach worked together on Dukes of Hazzard from 1979 through 1985, alongside Tom Wopat and John Schneider. Wopat and Schneider have also remained close to Bach over the years. Both recently expressed concern and support after Bach experienced a hospitalization. The enduring friendship among the cast has continued decades after the series ended. Schneider has previously described Bach and Wopat as among his best friends and said he could not imagine his life without them. For fans of Dukes of Hazzard, the passing of Ben Jones marks the loss of a familiar face from a beloved television era, while Bach's tribute highlights the lasting friendships formed behind the scenes. This is Streaming News Network. Wisconsin's Democratic gubernatorial primary has produced a major upset, with Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley narrowly defeating State Representative Francesca Hong. Crowley had suspended his campaign in early July but re-entered the race on July 18 after Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez ended her campaign. Crowley also received the endorsement of outgoing Governor Tony Evers. The comeback was particularly notable because Hong had led Crowley and the other candidates by substantial margins in several polls during the final weeks of the campaign. After Tuesday's election, however, Crowley was declared the winner by a narrow margin. Final reporting showed him receiving roughly 40% of the vote, compared with just under 40% for Hong, a difference of only a few thousand votes. Crowley's return to the race also attracted attention because his wife described a personal moment involving prayer and a request for a clear sign about whether he should seek the nomination again. She said she asked to see a red bird, and later saw a cardinal. Crowley will now advance to the November general election, where he is expected to face Republican nominee Tom Tiffany. The result represents a dramatic reversal from the polling picture just weeks ago and gives Wisconsin Democrats a new nominee in what is expected to be a closely watched general election. This is Streaming News Network. A viral video is drawing attention to tipping practices after a customer appeared to see prices increase on a Shake Shack self-service kiosk after selecting no tip. Brian Powell, a 45-year-old Utah man, said his wife noticed the unusual pricing while ordering 3 milkshakes at the Shake Shack location inside Salt Lake City International Airport. Powell initially questioned what she had seen, so the couple returned to the kiosk and recreated the order while recording the transaction. In the video, 2 milkshakes initially appeared to cost $5.99 each. After the no tip option was selected, the kiosk displayed a pricing update, and the price increased to $6.49 per drink. The apparent increase quickly sparked online criticism, with many viewers connecting the incident to growing frustration over tipping prompts at self-service businesses. However, Shake Shack says the price increase was not intentional. The company said it is not its policy to charge customers more for declining to leave a tip. The airport restaurant is operated by HMS Host, a Shake Shack licensee. According to the company, an investigation determined that a technology error caused the pricing problem, and the issue has since been resolved. Powell says he may check the kiosk again when he returns to Salt Lake City. This is Streaming News Network. A former Taylor Farms Tennessee executive is facing a lawsuit alleging that he diverted more than $32 million from the company over more than a decade. Taylor Farms alleges that former President Brian Thuer used company funds for personal expenses, including a multi-million-dollar mansion in Hawaii and a ranch in California. The lawsuit claims Thuer placed family members and personal employees on the company payroll and used questionable invoices to obtain reimbursements for expenses that were unrelated to Taylor Farms' business. One allegation involves a $400,000 kitchen renovation project at a Taylor Farms facility in 2022. According to the lawsuit, Thuer allegedly continued submitting false invoices through the contractor for personal expenses even after the construction project was finished. The company claims some accounting employees processed the invoices because they feared Thuer would fire them if they refused. The lawsuit also refers to a recorded conversation with company representatives in March, during which Taylor Farms alleges Thuer admitted taking the money. The complaint further claims he later contacted the company's chief executive officer and apologized. These allegations come as Taylor Farms faces separate public scrutiny involving food safety issues and product recalls. The theft allegations remain claims in a civil lawsuit and have not been established as fact in court. This is Streaming News Network. Chip Gaines is stepping into the spotlight on his own with a new Magnolia Network YouTube series that does not feature his wife and longtime television partner, Joanna Gaines. The 51-year-old fixer-upper star will host Pretty Good Advice with Chip Gaines, with the first 5 episodes scheduled to premiere Monday, August 17. The series will feature Chip operating an advice booth outside Magnolia Market at the Silos in Waco, Texas, where he will offer guidance, humor, and occasionally some tough love to people who stop by. The conversations will cover everything from business and home renovation to family and everyday life. Among those seeking his advice are an aspiring baker rebuilding his life, a child preparing for summer camp, and people looking for help with family relationships and business decisions. New episodes are scheduled to arrive weekly through September 14. The project marks the first recurring series Chip has hosted without Joanna, although the couple continues to work together through their Magnolia media empire. Chip and Joanna became household names through Fixer Upper, which ran for 5 seasons beginning in 2013. They later launched Magnolia Network and have continued producing and appearing in numerous programs. Joanna has also teased an upcoming project of her own, suggesting that both Gaineses may be exploring new creative directions. The couple recently celebrated their 23rd wedding anniversary and continue raising their 5 children. This is Streaming News Network. For millions of television viewers, the combination of bright red glasses and a warm, distinctive personality immediately bring to mind Sally Jessy Raphael. Raphael became a daytime television pioneer when the Sally Jessy Raphael show premiered in 1983. The program later became known simply as Sally and remained on the air for 19 years, featuring thousands of guests and tackling controversial and often emotional subjects. Raphael earned 5 Daytime Emmy nominations and won the Outstanding Talk Show Host Award in 1989. After the show ended in 2002, Raphael continued finding new ways to connect with audiences. She launched a web series called Sally Jessy Rides. In 2014, interviewing celebrities while riding everything from scooters to mechanical bulls. Now in her 90s, Raphael has launched Sally Jessy Reflects on YouTube, where she revisits memorable clips from her former talk show and provides updates and reflections on some of the people featured decades ago. Raphael celebrated her 90th birthday in 2025 with a trip to Paris, a city she has described as one of her favorites. Following the death of her husband, Karl Soderlund, in 2020, Raphael has continued to maintain an active public life. She has also spoke candidly about aging, saying she worries less about what other people think. More than 2 decades after leaving daytime television, Sally Jessy Raphael is still finding ways to keep her distinctive voice in the public conversation. I am J. Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Thank you for watching and staying informed.
Thank you for viewing Streaming News Network videos, and also short and special reports. Please like, subscribe, and tap the bell to be notified of additional reports.